What's going on, guys? Today I will be showing how to use an AI invoice automator to take invoices and automatically put them in the right place, update it in your Google Sheet and process it in your Google folder. So let's get started right away. So just as an example what this AI agent can do, it will take the invoice and it will go from this unprocessed folder. It will go back and then it will bring it into, as you can see, it's gone now, going to here, and it's going now into the processed folder with a new name, and also it has been updated, the Google Sheet file, but we'll get to that. So first off, I'm gonna start from scratch so you can build along with me. You can replay some parts if you find it difficult. I want to rewatch it, but yeah, we'll just go one step at a time and I'll explain what the nodes are for. So first of all, we're going to start with a Google Drive node. That's also the trigger. So when an invoice gets into this workflow, then it will start. So we're going to put that right now. We're going to click Google Drive. So we're going to go changes in a specific folder. So here we have it. So what I want you to do is go to your Google Drive and I want you to make a new folder. And you can make that folder called unprocessed. So that's going to be the file that's obviously not processed yet. And then we're going to be looking for any changes. So when a file is created, so a new file is inside the Google Drive, we're just going to call this the drive trigger. Then this node will activate. So next up, what we're going to do is we're going to actually download the file that's inside of the Google Drive. So we're going to click Drive and then we're going to press download. And by the way, you have to set up the credentials for your Google Drive. You can do this in the Google console. It's a bit of a hassle to set up because you have to enable it, but once it's done, it will be forever right here. You can just click it. And what we're going to do is go here by ID. And first you have to execute the last node in order to get the ID. Let's see, the ID is right here. So you just click and drag it and then it's done. Next up, we're going to actually extract the data that was inside of the downloaded file. So I'm going to put here extract and then move file to base64 string. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I want the data from the downloaded file. I want to move that into a base64 string so it's easier to read the data that's inside of the invoice. So like the text, the total amount, stuff like that. So when that's done, we're actually going to make a switch node. So I'm going to type here switch. And the most type of pictures have three different type of file extensions. So you have a JPEG, a PNG, and a PDF. So those are the three most common ones. So we're going to make rules for that. So let's say someone is sending us a JPEG file. So first I'm just going to disable this and execute the workflow so we can get some data to work with. So now I'm going to go here and look for the file extension right here. I'm going to click this and I'm going to drag it into here and I'm going to call it PDF and I'm going to rename it PDF. So what happens in the routing rules is if it's actually PDF, then it will take this route, okay? But we also sometimes have PNGs, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. File extension. And in this case, it's not true because it is a PDF, but we're just going to say it's a PNG here. If it's a PNG, then it will take this route. And the last one is a JPEG. So we're going to go take this and we're going to make it into a JPEG. Alright. So now it's looking like this. If it's a PNG, it goes through here. If it's a PNG, it goes through here. If it's a JPEG, it goes through here. So the thing is, it is a little bit different with the PDF rather than the PNG and the JPEG, because the PNG has a different type of way of executing. So we're going to make two different type of HTTP requests, and we're going to use OCRs for this. So OCR stands for optical character recognition, and basically can read the things that's inside the files. Pretty cool stuff. So we're just going to post some data here, and I'm going to copy and paste the URL into right here, and everything that's like you have to know that's like longer copy and paste, I'm just going to put it inside the description. So take a look at that, and you can just copy and paste it. So we're going to send a query parameter, and we're going to use a key, and right here you can just paste the key from your Google console that you also have to enable for your Google Vision. And yeah, in that way it will activate. And then we also want to do something with it, right? So I'm just gonna we're gonna use JSON for it. And again, I'm just gonna put it in the description, just copy and paste it. And we're gonna call this OCR for the PDF. So now we have to do something for the PNG and JPEG. So I'm gonna do HTTP request. I'm gonna name it OCR PNG JPEG. Also, same thing, we're going to be using a post method. So post, and I'm gonna copy and paste again description. You can just see it, and then again we're gonna use key here, and then you can use your API key right there. For the body, same thing. Using JSON, we're gonna be doing this. So basically, it's saying extract from the file some data, and it's going to detect a document. So I'm going to link it both these to this, and that's right there. That's looking good so far. So the PDF requires a bit more work actually. It's a bit more complicated. We're going to use a code node. Again, I'm going to put it in the description. But basically what it does is going to aggregate the data. So you need this in order to properly read the data that's inside the PDF. So we're going to paste this, and then we're going to go to the next one. So next up, you want to actually change the name of the file. It's a bit easier to search that way, so you can search on the date or the amount, something else. And this is where the code came in, because what we're going to do is, here we're going to an edit field, so we're going to edit the name of the file. So I'm going to put right here extracted text PDF. That's the name of the extracted file. It's a string. And then we're going to put this right here. It doesn't do anything yet because we haven't executed the previous node. And then I want to put another one for the image, because we have a PDF and image. So they work both different ways, and I'm going to use this one for this. So, and then I'm going to drag this. So if it goes to a PNG or JPEG, an image, it goes to here, and then it added the name. If it's a PDF, it will go through here and use it like this. So what will inevitably happen is that sometimes when you have especially a large data set, you will sometimes get errors. Sometimes it will not be able to read the invoice, especially if you have large data sets with a lot of invoices every single day. Some of them may be handwritten or it can't see it very well. What will happen then is we want to do something that the invoice goes to a place where you can easily see them, so you can put them in manually. Alright? So what we're going to do is we're going to get an if node, and with this if node we're going to check if it does not have any data that it can read, then go to this place. So how does that look like? It looks like this. It's not empty. So if extracted PDF or extract image, so it's PNG or JPEG, is not empty, then it's true. Go here, and we're going to put it in a Google Sheet, etc. But if it's false, we're going to go to the Google Drive. And what I want you to do is to actually make a new Google Drive folder. It's called error or something like that. So we're just going to execute the previous way here. I'm just going to disable this for a second. So I'm just going to execute it. And what's going to happen is if the data is not right, it's an error, then go here into this new folder. I call it error chai. This one. So again, same folder. If it has right here. So what's going to happen is I'm actually going to show you. So what I'm going to do now is I have a picture of this beautiful picture of Jerome Powell. It's in the onProcessed folder. And what I want to happen is that obviously it does not have any PDF related stuff or any invoice related stuff. I want it to go into here, into the error file. So I'm just going to let it run now, execute the workflow. And what's going to happen is it's going to look at the file and say, hey, this doesn't have any like data or taxes or anything in it. And it's going to go here into the error file. But we also need to do something if it actually is true. What if we can't read it? So what we're going to do is use an extractor right here, an information extractor. So it will take the information from the stuff we have given it previously, and it will take it to the right place. We're going to do it like this. And then we're going to say, again, I'm going to put it in the description. This node, it will take off all the type of expenses, the date and stuff. So it's going to extract that. So what you see right here is an extraction of the text from either a PDF or an image. So it's either or. That is what the double question mark stands for. Next up, what I want you to do is actually select a model for it. With this model, I like to use Grok because Grok's pretty easy. You can just type in Grok API. And also I'm a big fan of Elon, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, Grok works perfectly with me. Next up, we're gonna do a Google Sheet, because with Google Sheets, we can just like put the data and put it in there. So append a row. And what I want you to do is actually make a new Google Sheet. And I want you to name it like business sheet, Google, something like that. So yeah, you can just use that. Or invoice tracker, name it anything you like. And then I want you to copy these things. So invoice date, receipt, vendor, category, expense of total, a sub amount, a payment method, and receipt location. And what I want you to do is then click and drag every single these that belong to the right category, expense type, total amount, subtotal amount, payment method. And with the receipt location, it's going to say like, oh, here is the invoice right now. So this is going to press wrap view link, and you can just put it right there, receipt location. And then once you execute it, you should see something like this with the invoice date and then payment method, receipt location. And if you click right here, then it will open the Google Drive. So we're almost there. We just need to get another Google Drive node to actually move the invoice from unprocessed to processed. So I'm just going to put here move. I'm going to call it processed of moving to processed. Again, we're going to use it by an ID. And then I'm going to go. So you have to make a new folder called processed. Click on it here, and we're going to execute the previous data and just put the ID inside here. So what's going to happen once it's processed, it's going to take this invoice, it's going to go and put it right into here. I already did that one. So yeah, it's going to rename it and it's going to put it in a different folder. And lastly, we're going to do another Google Drive node to actually make the big adjustment from the name. So we're going to do an adjust name. Let's see, update file, and then I'm just going to click on ID, which is going to be the JSON ID right here. Sure to do a $sign before it. And then what I like to do is this one. So basically, it's saying like do it however you like, but I like to do the date, amount, so it will look something like this. Obviously you can do whatever you like, but this is the way I like to do it. But yeah, you can, like I said, you can name it whatever you want, but you can just like do the date and do a lowercase here, and then I like to do the vendor. Here, so I have the vendor and I have the date. So let's see if it works. I executed it. It's right now in on processed. It's going to look at the invoice, and it's also going to do something with the Google Sheet. So it's putting in a sheet right here. And as you can see, it's right now in the processed folder. So thanks for watching. Make sure to check the description for all the things. I'm going to put it right there. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.